Let me ask you something. When you look at yourself in the mirror right now, are you proud of who you see? Or are you looking at someone who's been talking about change for months, maybe years, but still hasn't done anything about it? 2026 is right around the corner. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Most of you watching this will enter that year the exact same way you entered 2025. Same excuses, same problems, same version of yourself that you're tired of being. But it doesn't have to be that way. Because the gap between who you are now and who you want to become isn't as big as you think. It's not some massive transformation that requires years. It's 7 habits. That's it. 7 things that if you lock in right now will make you unrecognizable by this time next year. So if you want to change, just give me 10 minutes of your life. Only 10 minutes. And if you can't focus for 10 minutes, please skip this video right now. I don't want to waste your time. Best of luck with the scrolling. So you're still here. That means you're serious. So listen, because what I'm about to share will either inspire you to change or it'll make you uncomfortable enough to realize you're not ready yet. Either way, you need to hear this. Habit number 1. Wake up before the world. This first habit is the foundation for everything else. Now, ideally, I'm talking about 5 a.m. But let's be real. If 5 a.m. feels impossible right now, if you've tried it and your body just can't handle it yet, then start with 6 a.m. The point isn't the exact time. The point is waking up before most people do. And I already know what you're thinking. I'm not a morning person. I need my sleep. That's too extreme. Let me tell you something. Every single person who's doing something meaningful with their life, they're awake before you. The early morning is the only time that truly belongs to you. No distractions, no notifications. No one needs anything from you. It's pure uninterrupted focus time. And more importantly, it's a statement. When you wake up early, you're telling yourself, I'm serious about this. I'm not like everyone else. Think about what you could accomplish with just 2 extra hours every morning. That's 14 hours a week. That's 60 hours a month. That's 730 hours a year. You could learn a new language, build a business, write a book, transform your body. All before most people even hit their snooze button. But here's the thing. Waking up early isn't just about time. It's about momentum. When you win the morning, you win the day. When you start your day with discipline, everything else becomes easier. You set the tone. You're in control. So how do you actually do this? Start small. Set your alarm 15 minutes earlier than usual. Then, after a week, push it another 15 minutes. Keep going until you hit your target time. Put your alarm across the room so you have to get up to turn it off. Have your workout clothes ready. Have your morning routine planned out. The first week will be hard. Your body will fight you. Your mind will try to convince you to go back to sleep. But push through. Because after 2 weeks, something magical happens. It becomes normal. Your body adapts. And suddenly, you can't imagine starting your day any other way. Habit 2. Don't chase love, chase goals. All right. This one's going to sting for some of you, but it needs to be said. Stop chasing relationships. Stop obsessing over finding the one. Stop wasting your time, energy, and attention trying to make someone like you. The truth is, if you're broke, directionless, and have nothing going for you, no amount of texting, chasing, or manifesting is going to attract the kind of partner you actually want. Focus on building yourself. Your skills, your bank account, your body, your mind, your future. Become so focused on your mission that relationships become secondary. And here's what happens when you do that. Love finds you. Not because you're lucky, because you became valuable. If you want to attract someone amazing, you need to become someone amazing first. Right now, you might be thinking, but I want companionship. I don't want to be alone. I get it. But being alone is better than being with the wrong person just because you're desperate for attention. And if you're chasing people out of loneliness, you're going to attract the wrong ones anyway. So here's what you do instead. Spend the next year becoming the best version of yourself. Wake up early. Work on your goals. Build your skills. Make money. Get in shape. Develop confidence. Create a life you're proud of. And when you do that, the right person will show up. Not because you were looking for them, because they were looking for someone like you. Think about it this way. Right now, you might be scrolling through dating apps for hours, texting people who don't care, trying to force connections that aren't there. All that time and energy could be going into building something real. Your business, your career, your skills, your body. Imagine if you took all that energy you waste chasing people and redirected it into chasing your goals. Where would you be in 6 months? In a year? You'd be unstoppable. And here's the beautiful part. When you stop chasing, when you start building, you develop something most people never have: self-respect. You know your worth. You know what you bring to the table. And that confidence is magnetic. People feel it. They're drawn to it. So make 2026 the year you stop begging for attention and start demanding respect. Stop looking for someone to complete you and start becoming whole on your own. The third habit is non-negotiable. Train your body every single day. And I'm not talking about going to the gym for 2 hours or becoming a bodybuilder. I'm saying move your body with intention every single day. Push-ups, running, weightlifting, yoga, swimming, martial arts, doesn't matter. Pick something and do it daily. Here's why this is so important. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. If it's weak, sluggish, and out of shape, everything else suffers. Your energy is low. Your confidence is low. Your mental clarity is low. But when you train your body consistently, everything changes. You have more energy. You think clearer. You feel better. You carry yourself differently. People notice. Plus, let's be real. People respect people who take care of themselves. If you can't even manage your own body, how are you going to manage a business, a relationship, a team, your life? Your body is a reflection of your discipline. And in 2026, discipline is everything. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'll start next week. Stop. Those are excuses. You have time. You're just not making it a priority. Here's the truth. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need expensive equipment. You can do push-ups in your bedroom. You can run around your neighborhood. You can do bodyweight exercises anywhere. The only thing you need is the decision to start. And start small if you have to. 10 push-ups. A 10-minute walk. 5 minutes of stretching. Something is always better than nothing. The goal is to build the habit first. The intensity comes later. But here's what's really powerful about this habit. It's not just about your body. It's about your mind. Every time you train when you don't feel like it, you're building mental toughness. You're proving to yourself that you can do hard things. You're developing the ability to push through discomfort. And that mental toughness, that transfers to everything. Your work, your relationships, your goals. Everything becomes easier when you've trained your body to embrace discomfort. Plus, let's talk about confidence. There's a reason people who work out carry themselves differently. When you know you're taking care of your body, when you can see your progress in the mirror, it changes how you move through the world. You stand taller. You speak with more authority. You demand respect without saying a word. So make this non-negotiable. Every single day, no matter what, move your body. Make it as essential as brushing your teeth. Because in 2026, your physical state will determine your mental state. Habit 4. Spend 1 hour every day learning something new. Do you know the person you are today is a direct result of what you've learned up until now? And the person you'll become in 2026 depends on what you learn between now and then. Pick a skill that will make you more valuable. Copywriting, sales, marketing, coding, video editing, finance, whatever aligns with where you want to go. And then spend 1 hour every day getting better at it. Here's why this is so powerful. Because learning compounds. 1 hour a day doesn't sound like much, but over a year, that's 365 hours. That's enough to go from beginner to highly competent in almost any skill. Think about that. In 12 months, you could become an expert in something you know nothing about right now. You could become the go-to person in your field. You could develop a skill that opens doors you didn't even know existed. But most people don't do this. They spend an hour a day scrolling, watching TV, doing nothing that moves them forward. And then they wonder why their life doesn't change. The reality is if you're not learning, you're falling behind. The world is moving fast. New skills, new tools, new opportunities. If you're not growing, you're dying. So what should you learn? Here's my advice. Learn something that makes you money or saves you money. Learn something that the market values. Because knowledge is only powerful if you can apply it. Let me give you some examples. If you learn copywriting, you can write better emails, better sales pages, better content. That skill directly translates to more money. If you learn basic coding, you can build websites, automate tasks, create digital products. That's valuable. If you learn about investing and personal finance, you can grow your money faster and avoid costly mistakes. If you learn sales, you can sell anything to anyone, which means you'll never struggle to make money. The key is picking one skill and going deep. Don't try to learn everything at once. Pick one thing, commit to it for a year, and watch what happens. And here's how you actually do this. Block out 1 hour every day. Same time, same place. Turn off your phone. Close all distractions. And learn. Read books. Watch courses. Practice. Apply what you're learning. The important part is consistency. 1 hour every day beats 7 hours once a week. Because when you do it daily, you build momentum. Your brain starts to expect it. The skill becomes part of who you are. And here's what most people don't realize. You're already spending an hour a day on something. The question is, what? Are you spending it scrolling through social media, watching random videos, consuming content that doesn't matter? Or are you investing it in yourself? Because that's what learning is. It's an investment. And the return on that investment is unlimited. The skills you build today will pay you for the rest of your life. So commit to this. 1 hour a day, every single day, no excuses. And by the end of 2026, you'll be a completely different person with completely different opportunities available to you. Habit 5, content creation. Now, before you say, I'm not trying to be an influencer, let me explain why this matters. Content creation is not just about building a following. It's about building communication skills, confidence, and a digital presence. And in 2026, those are the skills that matter most. The reality is that the world is digital now. If you don't exist online, you don't exist. If you can't communicate your ideas clearly, you'll be left behind. If you can't share your thoughts, you're invisible. But when you create content, whether it's videos, posts, blogs, whatever, you develop skills that most people don't have. You learn how to communicate clearly. You learn how to hold people's attention. You learn how to think on camera. You learn how to structure ideas. You learn how to be confident in front of people. And all of these skills transfer into everything else. Job interviews, presentations, sales calls, networking, leadership. And let's be real, opportunities come to people who are visible. If you're creating content, people see you. They know what you're about. They know what you can do. And when opportunities come up, they think of you. You don't have to go viral. You don't have to have 1 million followers. You just need to show up consistently. This is one of the most underrated habits on this list because the people who master communication and digital presence in the next few years, they're going to dominate. Now, how do you actually start? It's simpler than you think. Pick one platform. YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. Just pick one. Then commit to posting once a day or once a week. Start small. It doesn't have to be perfect. Share what you're learning. Share your thoughts on your industry. Share your journey. Document your progress. People don't need you to be an expert. They need you to be authentic. And yes, the first few posts will be uncomfortable. You'll feel like everyone's watching and judging. But here's the truth. No one cares as much as you think. Most people are too worried about themselves to care about what you're doing. But the few people who do notice, they'll respect it. They'll follow along. And over time, that audience grows. Not because you're trying to be famous, but because you're providing value and showing up consistently. And here's the compound effect. Every piece of content you create is an asset. It's working for you 24/7. Someone could discover your content a year from now and reach out with an opportunity. That's the power of having a digital presence. So start creating. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting until you're ready. You'll never feel ready. Just start. Post something today, and then do it again tomorrow. And the next day. Before you know it, you'll have built something real. Habit 6, quiet walks alone. All right, this one's going to sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful habits you can build. Take quiet walks alone. No music, no podcast, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. I'm talking about night walks, early morning walks, whenever works for you. But the key is complete silence. You know what? Your mind is constantly overstimulated. All day long, you're consuming content, noise, information, opinions. Your brain never gets a break. And because of that, you never actually think. You react, you consume, but you don't create. You don't process. You don't solve problems. Quiet walks fix that. When you walk in silence, your mind starts to clear. Thoughts that were buried come to the surface. Ideas you didn't know you would start to emerge. It's like hitting the reset button on your brain. And honestly, this is one of my favorite habits. There's something about moving your body while your mind is free that just works. Here's what happens on these walks. The first 10 minutes, your mind is still racing. You're thinking about everything you have to do, everything that's stressing you out. That's normal. Don't fight it. But after 10 minutes, something shifts. Your thoughts slow down. You start to see things more clearly. Problems that seemed impossible suddenly have solutions. Ideas that were floating around in your head start to connect. This is when the magic happens. This is when you do your best thinking. Not when you're forcing it, but when you're allowing it to flow naturally. And the physical act of walking helps. There's something about forward movement that creates mental momentum. Your body moving forward helps your mind move forward too. So make this a daily habit. Pick a time. Early morning before the world wakes up is ideal. Or late at night when everything's quiet. Walk for at least 20 minutes. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just walk and think. You'll be amazed at what comes up. Solutions to problems you've been struggling with. Ideas for new projects. Clarity on decisions you need to make. It all comes when you give your mind space to breathe. And beyond the mental benefits, there's something deeply grounding about these walks. In a world that's constantly pulling your attention in a million directions, these walks bring you back to yourself. They remind you who you are and what you actually want. So don't skip this one. It might seem simple, but it's one of the most powerful habits on this list. The seventh and final habit is one that will change your life more than anything else. Practice public speaking every single day. Even if it's just in front of a mirror, even if no one's watching, practice speaking. People who speak well rise faster than people who don't. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how talented you are. If you can't communicate your ideas clearly and confidently, you'll always be limited. But if you can speak well, doors open, opportunities come, people listen, people follow, people pay. Think about the most successful people you know. I guarantee they can speak. They can present, they can command a room, they can articulate their thoughts in a way that makes people want to listen. That's not a coincidence. That's a skill. And it's a skill you can build. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Pick a topic and speak about it for 2 to 3 minutes without stopping. No pauses. Just speak. Record yourself and watch it back. Yes, it'll be painful, but you need to see what you're doing wrong. Fix one thing at a time. Start speaking in real situations. Meetings, group conversations, social settings. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Why this matters is because communication is the ultimate leverage skill. If you can speak well, you can lead, you can sell, you can teach, you can inspire, you can influence. Let me break down why this is so critical. Most people are terrified of speaking. They freeze up in meetings. They stumble over their words in interviews. They can't articulate their ideas clearly. And because of that, they get overlooked. But when you can speak clearly and confidently, you stand out immediately. In a room full of people who are afraid to speak up, the person who can articulate their thoughts clearly becomes the leader by default. And it's not just about formal presentations. It's about everyday conversations. It's about being able to sell your ideas, negotiate your salary, pitch your business, lead your team. All of that requires speaking skills. So how do you actually practice? Start small. Every morning, pick a topic. Could be anything. Your goals, your opinions on something, a story from your life. Set a timer for 3 minutes and speak about it out loud. No script, no notes, just talk. At first, you'll stumble. You'll lose your train of thought. You'll say, 100 times. That's fine. That's the point. You're training your brain to think on your feet and articulate clearly. Record yourself occasionally. Watch it back. Notice your filler words, your body language, your energy. Work on one thing at a time. Then, start looking for opportunities to speak in real situations. Volunteer to present at work. Share your thoughts in meetings. Join a public speaking group. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And here's the beautiful thing. Speaking skills compound with everything else on this list. When you wake up early, you have time to practice. When you're learning new skills, you can teach them to others by speaking about them. When you create content, speaking skills make your content better. It all connects. Look, I need to be honest with you. These 7 habits are not easy. They require discipline. Most people won't do them. They'll watch this video, feel inspired for an hour, and then go back to their old patterns. They'll enter 2026 the same way they entered 2025, with hope, but no action. So, here's what I need you to do. Pick 3 habits from this list, not all 7. Start with 3, and commit to doing them every single day for the next 30 days. Let me know in the comments which 3 habits you're committing to. Write them down, make it real, and then start. Don't wait for January 1st. Start tomorrow. Because here's the thing. These habits aren't just about 2026. They're about who you become in the process. When you wake up early, you become disciplined. When you stop chasing relationships, you become focused. When you train your body, you become strong. When you learn daily, you become valuable. When you create content, you become confident. When you take quiet walks, you become clear. When you practice speaking, you become influential. This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about becoming the person you already know you're capable of being. The person you see when you close your eyes and imagine your best self. That person is real. And these 7 habits are the bridge between who you are now and who that person is. So what's it going to be? Are you going to watch this video, feel inspired for a moment, and then forget about it? Or are you going to actually do something about it? The choice is yours. But I promise you this. If you commit to these habits, if you actually do them every single day, you will be unrecognizable by this time next year. Your life will look different. Your opportunities will be different. You will be different. So pick your 3 habits. Write them down. And start tomorrow. Not next week. Not next month. Tomorrow. Because every day you wait is another day you're choosing to stay the same. 2026 can be your year. But only if you decide right now that it will be. So decide. And then prove it to yourself through your actions. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Let's go.